Hey there, Leo, Sun, Leo, Moon, Leo, Rising. It's Maggie from Indirected. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I am actually going to turn the camera down and just focus on the cards today because the glitchiness is really, really bad. It's really, really bad. And I keep getting Freezy-Face. And so I don't see any sense in going through that. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at what's going on for this week. We're going to cover May 4th through the 10th. I did channel a message for you, and I would really encourage you to leave me a comment, even if it's just an emoji face, because what it does is it allows me to have your name, and I can put your name in my book of names, that when I am meditating on the energy for your sign, I am more likely to get a message that resonates for you. And so today, the message I had was, I saw this really bright pink magenta thread. It was, and then you started pulling on it. And then I realized it was attached to the sweater, and the sweater unraveled, and it was like you were standing there and you were just holding this long thread. And then I saw that book in my head. I don't know if you ever read it when you were a child. It was called No Roses for Harry. The lady that owned Harry had knitted him, and it was a boy dog, had knitted him a sweater with all these big roses on it, like an old lady would like. And so he was not proud to wear that sweater. He did not like it at all, and he kept trying to lose it and ruin it and everything. And then one day a bird came and pulled on the sweater, unraveled it, and took flying off with it. And it was later that he found that what the bird had done was build a nest. It was a beautiful nest with a little rose pattern, and it was gorgeous. And so I thought, wow, okay, so something in your life is unraveling, and the good news is that I don't want you to be worried about it. I don't want you to be afraid of it, because I believe that something beautiful will now be created from the string, that thread that unraveled in your life. Something beautiful can be knitted, can be created in it. Now, I don't know what arena of your life this will be in, but this week, let's see, what are we covering here? We've got Libra, which is your, Libra is, we start out in your third house and we go through the home and fun and romance to work-life balance. So it could really be anything. So we have communication and all the way to work-life balance. And so I kind of feel like there's something in your life that feels a little off, a little like it's coming apart. Wow, you have, really? Okay, this one, but not that one. That was weird. All right, so you have a lot going on that feels like it's just kind of unraveling, but there's an opportunity to really create something beautiful out of it. So let's talk about that moon that's in Libra. That's your third house of communication. Gets there at 3:09 in the morning, and shortly thereafter, the sun in Taurus is going to come into conjunction with Mercury, and so there's going to be some really helpful information that's going to come to light, and because it's in your house of communication, I feel like this is even more important. And at the same time, a little bit later in the day, the moon is going to be opposing that energy of Chiron, that wounded healer. So something might come up that needs to be healed in your life. You might notice it. You might get a little communication on something. So that is going on. On Tuesday, the North Node moves into Gemini. And it will wobble around a little bit and go back into Cancer and Capricorn before it stays in the North Node of Gemini for the next 18 months. And so if you have any significant planets in Gemini or Sagittarius, wherever those spaces are in your chart, they are going to be triggered a lot for what you need to release in order to move things forward in your life. So if, for instance, you are a Leo rising, because it is your rising sign that determines where planets are in your chart, you are going to find that that would be, let's see here, Gemini would be then in your 11th house of groups and group activities. So you may find that there are shifts happening Yeah, shifts happening in groups, in communities, in how things work with that, and also you'll be letting things go and releasing things over there in your house of creativity, romance. What do you think is fun? And so your ideas about what kind of groups you want to hang out with over the next 18 months and what really seems fun to you might really be moving and shifting and changing on you. So this with Libra with the moon in Libra here this week, it is about really thinking about how can you promote yourself? You know, what is important to you? Where do you want to focus your willpower? Where do you really want to put the effort in to create the transformation in your life? And really focusing on that because you have a full moon coming up that will ask you to be releasing something, to cut something back, to allow for new growth in your life. And you have the owl. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. So you're being asked to really tap into your inner knowing. See how she's really focusing on her third eye there. Really focus in and what is it that you want to transform in your life? How can you communicate that out to other people in a way that is beneficial, that really creates for you what you want to, what you need to release? For instance, maybe cut back a little on social media, so that would be an area you could cut something back where you're getting a lot of negative communication, so that you could focus on the positive aspects and what it is you're trying to do. Because that full moon, you have so many cards, I can't wait to see what this is about, is in Scorpio. And for you in Scorpio, that is in your fourth house of home. And then it's about trusting that where your intentions are and what it is that you're trying to do and what you're trying to grow is going to happen for you. And so you have help appears in a variety of ways. Help appears in a variety of ways. There is much support for you. Sometimes you may get so adrift you forget to look for the support systems that are with you continually. One of those support systems would be spirit. Would be spirit. And then you have resilience. There is no need to rush or push. This is the time to take things as they come. You have the determination and patience to handle what is happening. So in this area of what's going on around your home, oh, okay, so you're a fire sign and you've been stuck at home for quite a while, and you're probably really wishing that you could move things forward so you could get out a little more. Could we please, please, please open the world back up? And so having a little more patience and looking for the variety of ways that you can start planning ahead for this. This is a time for giving instead of taking. So look around at the people in your life where you feel like relationships might be a little off balance, because remember, we're talking about that communication and romance and stuff. Where is there some place that in your life maybe could use a little tweaking? Are you sharing? It says you and your loved ones are safe, which is nice. Adjustments are required and a new romantic cycle begins. So there's a need to allow for space in your life to create these things, so a lot of these things come in. I feel like communication for you this week is some kind of a real important key. With the moon in Scorpio, though, there's some beautiful energy, but there is going to be kind of a need to keep some things to yourself, okay? But it is a new romantic cycle that is beginning for you, that there are going to be adjustments required. You know, and the new romantic cycle might start because all of a sudden you recommit to putting a little more energy and effort into a relationship. Could be that. Okay, so then the moon is going to move into Sagittarius on Friday. So it's there Friday and Saturday. Saturday is a really great day for getting in touch with your spirituality. They're just the way things are set up. Friday has more of this energy of needing to create healthy boundaries in order to promote healing for yourself, and having the confidence to stand in your truth, to do the self-reflection, to really kind of think about what is important to you, what matters to you. We're now in that fifth house of romance. So, you know, it's about releasing control and accepting that there's a journey. And so there's an adjustment being required, right? There is a new romantic cycle. There's a need to kind of make a few adjustments to prepare for it and to release control of the situation. But have you been giving as much as you've been taking? Have you been giving more than you've been taking? Which way is it out of balance? And balance becomes important when we get to Sunday. By the way, happy Mother's Day to the mothers. And if you don't remember that it's Mother's Day, you might need to contact your mother. I say to my children. Okay, so there's a need to take responsibility for you creating the balance. So if you've been giving more than you've been taking, it's your responsibility to try to shift the balance back so it's more even. If you've been taking more than you're giving, that one's a little easier to start giving a little more to create that balance. And you have here precious time for your, it says, to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time, be mindful not to waste others' time either. So that's part of that balance, right? If you're in a relationship that it's time to let go of, and you're hanging on to it because you don't want to, you have to make that choice, say that thing, do that. Remember, you are resilient. You have a new cycle coming. There's help around you. But if you feel like you're wasting your time, you're also wasting their time, right? That is something to keep in mind. This looks a little tough here. But just remember, it says you and your loved ones are safe. And so I think this is different stories for different people. Some of you, this is about creating the safety in the home, emotionally building those relationships, giving and taking in equal balance. For some of you, especially the singles, I feel like it might be time to be considering a different relationship. And so, yes, communication is the key. Communication this week is the key. I'm going to go ahead and read this. It says, wonder how that other person's feeling? Ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. You've just been drafted into the communication army where there is a strict do ask, do tell policy. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumption will just make asses out of everyone, including the person who came up with that aphorism. And so, yes. Nobody really can read minds. Okay, maybe some people can, but it's a rare person that can literally read someone's mind. It is much easier and more helpful to speak up, speak what's on your mind in kind ways, and to encourage the other person to tell you what they're thinking by asking them what's going on. So that something seems a little off here in our relationship, and I'm just kind of curious, what's going on? What are you thinking about? Sorry about the Freezy-Face. Can't do anything about that. So, that communication is really important. All right, you guys take care. I'll be back on Thursday, hopefully with less Freezy-Faces. And I don't know what we're going to do, but it should be fun. And I look forward to seeing you. I really want to encourage you this week to communicate how you're feeling to the people in your life that you care about. Even if it's just to say, hey, I really love you and I appreciate you. That is a beautiful thing to do. And especially if it's your mom. All right? I will talk to you later. You take care.